Good evening, everybody. This is Linoge of Welcome to My Cell, and tonight you're going to get the guided tour. It's a little narrated photo tour of my apartment. This is my work area. This is where I do most of my work. Those are my project notebooks. You can see the little logo drawing. There's my dog, Bosley, and that's my desk. This is where I do all my film editing and so forth. This is where I edit everything. I sit, I think. I spend most of my time when I'm at home right here at the desk. And behind the desk is my Yellow Submarine poster. I'm a big Beatles fan. Love the Yellow Submarine. It's one of my favorite movies they did. It's great. And on top of my monitor is my dead duck. I collect the rubber ducks, the Demon Ducks series. I love them. This is the undead duck. This is my little quote-unquote death shrine, I suppose you could call it. It's got a wig I made and some various other things, but mostly it's skulls and such. Below that is books. We got tons of books. My partner does practically nothing but read, and I love to read too. These are mostly his. These are some more of his books. Most of the ones you just saw were from when he was in school. A lot of these we get out of free boxes. This is the other side of my workstation. You can see my Fritos in my bag there, and all my notebooks, and part of Ginsberg's outfit for Lab N, and the CDs. It's my fedora collection. The brown one was my grandfather's. The other two are trilbies I found at thrift stores. You can't see the text on Shakespeare, but Zombie Shakespeare says, "Alas, poor York, I ate his brain." And this is the side to the left of my computer station. It's got my Betty Page and my craft table and everything. And I do most of my artwork over there. So that's the sewing machine is on the other side of the stack of boxes and everything, and that's where I do my sewing. The gray thing behind the pony with the bejeweled stuff on it is actually a dress form I homemade. It's the first one my friend and I made. It's mine. It's my drag dress form for when I do drag. I make dresses and whatnot, but I don't do that very often. But I've got, I think, 7 or 8 of those things around the house, mostly stuffed into the closet, and they're made based on my friends, and so when my friends need something made, I've got a dress form custom fit to them, and I don't have to fiddle around with, okay, it's almost the right size, but not quite. Okay, moving on. Next we have a picture of Mario and my lion dog figurine, and behind Mario is a painting that I'm working on. I started several years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and I just haven't finished it. I'll get to it eventually. Here's the front view of that. That's the entertainment center. Inside there's movies and a few DVDs. Most of our movie collection, though, is digital and is on the computers. It's a close-up of one of my books from when I was in high school, and one of my notebooks. We the People was constitutional theory class. It was pretty cool. The top 2 shelves of this bookshelf are mine, and you can see my yoga magazines and my manila folders and my books, and most of those are language and whatnot. Our giant Johnny Depp poster, and this is a couch we found today when I went free boxing earlier. I didn't find very many free boxes. In fact, I only found one that I hadn't already picked through, because there were 2 right across the street, and my partner had already gone through them. But I went out looking for free boxes this morning, and I didn't find anything, except for one where I found a pair of pants that should fit me, which is cool. And then we found this couch, and it's great. It's comfortable. It smells a little musty, and we need to spray it down with bleach real good to make sure there's nothing that can make us itchy. But yeah, great find. So there's that. We got a couch now finally. We got some more seating. We've only had like 3 chairs in the apartment for forever and ever and ever. So this is nice. This is a functional piece of seating, and more than one person can sit on it at a time. So that's great. It's nice. And around the corner from that is the dining room next to the kitchen. And all those photos on that back wall are mine. You might recognize the table from the stop-motion animations. That's where I've been shooting them. This is the kitchen, most of it. There's another counter in the foreground to the left of the stove, but you can't see it because I cropped when I shot it. Pardon me. My knickknacks, my booze bottles. I don't drink anymore, but I collect bottles because they're cool. And this is my kitschy mushroom teapot. I found it when we were going thrift store hopping a couple years ago with my mother-in-law, and I just had it. It was like $1, and it was just so kitschy and so 70s, and it was so cute. it's got like grooves and knots in it, like it's made out of wood and whatnot. And it's homemade. It is homemade. It's got an artist signature on the bottom and everything. Somebody made this probably in like art class. Pardon me. Got a bit of a tickle in my throat. But yeah, and next to that is a couple piggy banks. One is a kitty cat, and I just realized looking at this photo that it actually looks like the kitty is mooning the pig. I may adjust that. I've got the cat pointed that way because I don't like to look at the cat's face. It's kind of creepy, so I've got it pointed at the wall, but I just realized it's mooning my good luck pig. So I may go change that. Anyway. So that's that. There's the fridge. It's got my Papa Murphy's coupons because I love Papa Murphy's, and on the occasions that I can have it, I do. And it's also got a note stating that I won the King of Hearts. So top of fridge, nothing special. Defeat the evil power with the South Park kids. The little picture in the heart frame, that's Bosley the day after I got him. We took him to his vet visit for his first round of shots. That's the countertop and everything. Opposite, there's a Turkish teapot and a fancy bottle, and the red glasses are from our wedding. Here's our bathroom with our coordinated towels, and the penguin has a sticker on him that says slide. This is where I do all my shooting. This is where I film. Yeah, I don't know if you could see the curtain in the last shot. You can't. But this is actually where I do all my filming. It's my sort of my film studio, as it were, or my soundstage, I guess is what you'd call it. I set the lamp up on the little edge of counter there, you can see, and I cram my chair right into the opposite corner, right next to the toilet. It just barely fits. And I angle the camera so you can't see the towel bar that is just above me to my right, and that's where we film. So it's got the best acoustics and the least amount of white noise airflow hiss on the mic, and that's why we film in there, because we get a higher quality to the sound, and I don't have to scream at my camera in order for it to pick me up. Interestingly enough, if you notice that the sound quality on this recording isn't that great, it's because I've got my camera set up in front of me like a microphone on the tripod, and I'm speaking directly into the camera's mic. It's the only mic I have, and I'm thinking about putting a donate button on the site, because it's probably going to be the only way I'm ever going to get a new mic. But yeah, once I do that, if anyone wants to throw, 10 cents here, 10 cents there, eventually we'll save up for a new microphone, and we won't have to use this as a stand. But yeah, that's me using my camera as a microphone stand. But anyway, so we're going to move on from my film studio soundstage bathroom. All in one. It's a multi-use room. And when you got 2 bedrooms, and one of which is one that you can go into, and then the main room, and then the bathroom, you learn to work with what you got. This isn't a big apartment, but we make do. It's my tie-dye curtain. Had to show it to you because it's awesome. That's on our bedroom. And this is my awesome bedroom with all my awesome posters, Buddha, hemp leaf. The poster above the center there that unfortunately you can't really see the details of is Dionysus. It's a piece by a local artist, and I may go back and take a close-up picture of it because it is awesome. On the left-hand side of the picture is Blaine's side. It's on the Buddha side, and the little nightstand with the book stack on it are all his books, and then the shelf behind the bed, those are all my books. That's where most of my books are, all my novels are anyway. There's our entire Christopher Moore collection. We own all his books that he's published so far. He is awesome. I highly recommend him. And then there's also my Edgar Allan Poe compilation, some Calvin and Hobbes. Those actually belong to Blaine, technically. And then there's a few other books, mostly poetry and such like that. There's a copy of Alice in Wonderland, a couple of miniature dictionaries, Blaine's Computer Station, the Dogs area. Oh yeah, I love Van Gogh. As you can see, I've got a big print of Starry Night, one of his best known, and of course The Scream by Munch. I'm always afraid to mispronounce his name, but I love that. And then on the other wall, we've got a Salvador Dali painting, and my stuffed dolls, and my dresser and mirror, and all that crap. My mess of laundry. Sorry about that. It's a mess. And one of my favorite posters that we have actually is a chemistry poster showing the molecule structure of various medications and designer drugs. It's nifty. It's really fascinating from a scientific perspective. It was a gift from a friend. but it's all sciencey, and it tells you the different names that they have on the street, and then the different names that they have clinically and whatnot. It's a fascinating poster, but this is going to conclude our tour of our apartment, because that's my room. The only other room in the house that you didn't see is my roommate's, and I didn't show you the inside of the closet either, obviously, because that's just silly. But now you've seen my room, and this is my cell, and this is where I spend all my time, and so when I get, you can see how I get real stir-crazy, real easy-like, because you would too. This place is 875 square feet, and I spend most of my time in the living room, which isn't huge. So, it's the biggest room in the house, but it's not huge. And sometimes it just gets claustrophobic. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. You can learn a lot about a person by their decor. So I hope this gives you a bit of a better idea of the sort of person you're dealing with, and how nutty I am, and how you can see I really am an artist of all trades. You saw my paints. You see the drawing dummies laying around, the bejeweled horse on a stick. I use that kind of like a baton or a scepter. My wig, I made that wig on the stand. I made that. I took an old Halloween wig, just a plain Blue Mermaid one with hardly any hair on it, and I added yarn and yarn and yarn, and it is one of my most popular creations. You can order one from me and tell me what colors you want. It's a pricey project. I've never really priced one, but it would probably, we'd have to talk, basically. Depends on how much yarn, how heavy you wanted it. This one weighs about 6 pounds. It's heavy. It's a heavy yarn wig, girl. Yeah. But that's all, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you more later.